Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind let's play of Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords, restored content. We have Salt Pluto here, Kreia, and Atran. We are on Dantooine, and I feel like I'm kicking off the end game. And we are going to get some cinematics. Beautifully timed, beautifully timed. We're going to get... This guy like disappeared from the storyline for a while there. Oh, look who it is. Wait, is that who I think it is, or is this just a no-namer?
Out of my way.
Nope.
I'm Colonel
It's
Tobin
Tobin.
of the Underon
Well, that was short-lived.
I
She
bring
kept him alive
news
with it.
of the Jedi. A place where you may feed.
She left him alive to be a messenger? To die anyways? How convenient.
Telos, Master.
Oh, that...
There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon.
Oh.
Enough for you to free Onderon.
Oh, I kept him alive, okay. I thought that was not going to go well for that dude. Alright. Opa.
It is different. It has been some time.
Oh, I don't remember what that looked like when we put. Was it just one big tree? It got blasted down, or I don't remember. I'm sure that would have been cool to remember. I'm sure. Like, oh, but that looks cool in the middle there. That little thing. I mean, I think it's just the trunk rings, but the way it was designed, because of the more geometric graphics, it actually looked like it was carved or something.
Forgive
A symbol
me,
or something.
but I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here.
You're afraid.
Yes. Afraid
Facing
for
the truth?
you.
Are you sure?
As I always have been. I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you alone.
Is there anything wrong?
I am tired. The journey has been a long
This is a
one,
flip.
and I need
Where was this?
to
Like
center myself.
20 hours ago? 10 hours ago? The softer side of Kreia, not the one that sounds like she's setting up
Know that much may happen here,
Yeah.
but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me.
I don't though.
We cradle each other's lives.
I don't.
And
I
what
don't.
threatens one of us.
As I've learned.
Threatens us both.
I don't think you're.
And if you find
okay,
you
maybe the
cannot
bond is
trust
different.
me,
I don't.
trust in your training. Trust
trust
in
myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Never
That's where I'm
doubt
at.
what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now
I'm gonna have ideas now, I guess. A new
they
idea.
shall see
about
what
her.
you have become.
Not to say it's gonna change what I think is ultimately gonna happen.
It is not as it
but
was.
a
But
little
perhaps
angle to it.
that is for the best.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us,
Jackasses.
and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge.
Did you not go to join him?
No, it is a battle.
awesomely awkward.
Alone.
But Atris, she has not come.
Of course she has not.
Oh, this is serious right now. We're setting some stuff up here. You must ally if we are to stop the Sith. Why did you cast me out of the Order? He's asking everybody. They've all given him answers. They've all been in different states of, like, this guy was a pure ass. This guy was mid-ass. This guy was okay. A little bit of ass, but asshole. But okay. Why did you cast me out? Why? Oh, but they are still holding a secret because they still didn't tell him the truth. Well, he sort of got closer. Why are we wall hiding? I need to know what you spoke of when you cast me out of the order so many years ago. Yes.
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in
Maybe.
those who travel with you.
The whole leader thing? What are you talking about? Could someone just give me a straight answer? My companions. What about? They're not your companions, though, Saul. You know this deep down in your heart. You don't know why they're on the ship, but they are. Let's just go with this. What are you talking about?
You notice that when you act, others follow.
Those that travel with you.
There's something wrong here. A disturbance in the Force.
Do not let them hurt him.
They follow you without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader. But that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying I'm controlling them? I don't think that's... okay, by the end of the games, I start to speculate a little heavier where I could just play and find out. But that's part of the fun, because I'm trying to figure out the narrative construction of all this. Now, this game doesn't really fit the narrative construction thing, not only because... I think it was rushed to market, and so a lot of chunks were removed from this game to make it very difficult for this to follow any kind of pattern, even if they meant for it to follow a pattern. But it still follows a pattern because there still needs to be some sort of arc that happens even in gameplay. Like the way it gets spaced out seems to be different. This is a BioWare thing too. I'm going to say this right now. I felt like the same thing happened in the Dragon Age games and Mass Effect games, but especially Mass Effect, is where they have a very heavy second act, and then in the third act, like when they kick, usually it's the point of no return, but when that thing kicks off, it's generally at the point where an act 3 would start, but then it ramps, and it ramps really quick inside the game experience, because a game experience for us, the player, the middle part is just very bloated with just the experience. You're grinding levels, you're getting gear, you're meeting companions, you're hearing backstories, you're doing all of that, and in BioWare games, generally you have all that flexibility. You go whatever map you want to go to, you increase the reputation with whatever companions you want to increase with, and you have this flexibility as a player in BioWare games. But it's a model that seems to work, and there's a different equation going on there. That's why I'm doing this with video games recently, because I just got back into video games, of course, in the last 4 years because of this channel, but also because I spent prior to that, I was deconstructing a bunch of other media, but I hadn't gotten to games because whatever. That's a whole different past, not for now. But this is what starts to intrigue me, because I like to kind of see if the seeds are still there. Now, I felt like the seeds were there, where I felt like I already talked about it at the end of the last episode, adding that extra mod in there, the M478. It sort of bloats that transition from Act 2 to Act 3, which I think was the original game's intent. But because you find that data pad and then it gets sent to another planet, it's an entirely other map, you kind of derail the flow of all of that. Now, where I feel like, even as from a modder perspective, from the restoration mod, from the M4 mod, that they could have done a higher level pass where if they were already in there messing with things, they could have just shuffled some things around just a little bit so that they triggered at different points, and then you would have had a solid... I think there's a solid framework here, and that's before I even hit the end game, because now I'm starting to hit like speculation mindset, where I even like just that scene that just happened with Kreia, a thought came in my mind that never hit me the entire game, but like that thought should have hit me I would say 10-15 hours ago. Like I should have had the seed of a thought that I just felt right there. That voice acting, that scene, the tiredness, that she's regretting something that's to be, and you can really feel it now, because she's always been hiding something from you, but it's been kind of cold, very Sith-like, and that's still I still feel like that's where it's going to go, not because she is a Sith, but because that's where she came from, and maybe she's trying to, like, the whole like student and master student. I think she is sort of using you to get to a certain thing, but I don't think it's necessarily for just a pure power. I think it might be for power, but it's a different interpretation of that power, and I think this game is really playing with those ideas very well. I might be wrong here, but we'll find out in the next few hours. I don't know how long this last act is going to take, but here's the thing. There's nothing else to do in the game. That's why there's like a meta layer to this, where I'm having this talk right now. We've just got to the 3. There's a rule of 3s. It's in fantasy and sci-fi, but Star Wars is very much based on the fantasy narrative patterns. Like even from the first movie was literally based on Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, like that entire methodology and stuff like that. So that was from George Lucas's mouth, and I still remember that. So this is the this is the three. You brought them together, and right now there's only one path left to go. They gave us I think his name is Zion, Darth Zion. If they told me the name again, my God, I keep forgetting it. But we have the mask dude, Darth Mask, and he disappeared for a while for the narrative. They set him up, right? So we know he's going to be a big bad. He's going to be, at some point, he's going to be one of the characters. But there are three Darth Lords. There are three dark challenges as well, Dark Lords or whatever, Darths in this as well. There's a Scion, there's Stone Man, and there's Kreia, or whoever that with the fall. It's going to be Kreia. So it's going to be whether or not it's Kreia or the mask person, or Kreia gets in the way of the mask dude, or that it's like they were both her students, and it was more like the mask dude, Scion, turned on Kreia, right? And so, or the stone guy turned on Kreia because he like there's a synergy going on there. I think it's all going to get explained. It's all going to be exposed right now. So not right now, but it's in this, obviously in the next half of the Act 3. We're going to start getting all these pieces, and then it's going to take us to the end. I was going to go with like the where was I going with this whole meaning of so the whole idea of Saul and what he represents, the echoes and stuff. They talk to us about like when there's a lot of life lost and when there's like a lot of like impact of the Force, there's like it leaves these kinds of wounds, let's say, in the Force, as if the Force itself is like a living thing. It's an entity that's out there. It's an energy entity, whatever you want to call it. It's a galactic energy entity, doesn't matter. But that's how it's like in my head. I was like, I kind of understand what that the echoes might be, like the cries of pain, right? That might come from something that is maybe sentient. But I know that there's like a lore. I don't know enough about the I don't know enough about the lore, but I know there's like I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but metachlorines, is that like there's something where at one point some lore tried to define what the Force was, and I know that it's divisive in the fandom, and I agree with that. I feel like the novel I studied The Last Hope. Wait, is that episode 4? Jesus. Even that's embarrassing right now. It was a long time ago. But it was one of the stories I deconstructed. One of the very first things I deconstructed. Strangely enough, I never became a huge Star Wars fan. But I that was one of the first things I deconstructed in a novel, in an English course. And where was I going with this? And I like the idea that the Force being something else. The Force was just an idea, and the idea guided the story because of the power of ideas and beliefs and stuff like that, as opposed to, hey, here's this sci-fi. They pulled it into the sci-fi. I'm derailing again by doing the middle chlor, but by having like nano something. I don't know what they are. I don't know. I heard about it at some point in the last 25 years. But okay. So where am I going? With Saul Pluto, with the protagonist of this, the exile, that they kicked him out, that there was something else about him. I do think that he's almost emanating something. Now, whether he's like, there's like a kind of pattern too of like dying and being reborn. We kind of have that with this protagonist in Coder 2. But again, they should have just been a little bit, they should have made it, they should have given us more pieces to make that really cement. Boom, right into the story. Like this is you should have been dead. Like something like that. Make it more clear, because I still don't know. I don't know how he came back. I know that he got captured, maybe. There's like a gap there. You're a general. Something happens. You get exiled. You walk away from this council, and then what? There's a blank. I don't know what happens there. And then what? You're on the ship. Then you get taken. You go unconscious. You end up on another ship. You go to a facility. You know what I mean? So maybe that'll get explained too in the end, but it's too late. It's too late. They should have seeded that stuff earlier on. And so I'm thinking that with the protagonist, is like they're getting at it right now. Okay, I'm not too far in. I felt like I've been talking for way longer than it's still a long time. But what they're getting at right now is that the point of this character, he has that, he's got that fit, he or she, whatever you point of the protagonist, because you can play a female or male, but that there's something else, that either they were part of something that, again, maybe I'm missing that detail because they haven't given it to us, but they're going to give it to us, that made us connect to the Force in a way where it literally made us into a, almost like not a beacon, but kind of like a beacon, but also like something's emanating out of us. Like we're special in a way that fantasy makes protagonists special. And so I do think that as much of a joke as I was making about why are these people on this damn ship, like more than half of these characters should not be near me because they can't be trusted. I don't know what their motives are. They all have masters. They all serve something. The other goals are themselves or money or so it's like there's no reason for these characters to be by me. Strangely enough, they just kind of they dropped it right now, right? But it's at the end, which is fine. This one might be okay, but it's just a strange sort of it created a strange dynamic, because of course I'm playing this game as a player interacting with meta of a game, going, why are these characters here? Because I'm thinking the game is now broken. But now they're giving you a story reason, which of course if you replay this game now, it might create a whole different context. Well, these experiences shouldn't be replayed. They can be replayed and they can be enjoyed again because all the hindsight and stuff, but that's not an experience should feel cohesive on the first go. Even if you don't understand it, it should feel cohesive. Just because you don't understand mysteries or whatever doesn't make the mystery movie or novel or whatever, or comic, whatever, less good. It just means you get to the end, you get these reveals, and you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. But if you're going through the mystery, like a lot of people don't like Lost. I love Lost, the series. But because the point of it was to confuse you, was to be confusing. That was the theme of that show. It was to be the thing that people hated. And so if you hate it, you hated it. But if you loved it, you really loved it because it was consistent with the theme. But the idea there being that you have to sign up for that mission statement as a creator of the thing. So if that's not your intention, then it sort of fails. It's sort of failing objectively if you're failing your own mission statement. That's the subjective part. You as a creator, if you go, I'm intending to do this, I want the player to have a bad first experience, and then on the second experience it'll be good, it'll be better, because they'll realize, oh, these companions on the ship, they're actually there because they are being called to the protagonist, the exile, because there's some sort of beacon, and these people, for some reason, here's how this would have been fixed. We got a bit of it. I'm really ranting. I feel like this is like a post-credit stuff. I'm not going to remember this when I'm in the credits because other things are going to come up, and I'm not going to get this like raw piece of like how I feel right now about what this narrative is giving us as players. So one thing that could have like really turned this around, and it happened with Atton Rand. It happened really early, and it really gave me kind of context of like where to take Saul as a character. And it kind of motivated me, it kind of maneuvered me to be the thing that actually got me to this point, which actually sort of becomes synergistic with what the story has given us, which is this idea of being the beacon. Because that's what I want. I want him to be like basically force just emanating off of him or whatever. Because I'm like, I think the story might go there. I didn't extend that to why people were constantly coming onto the ship that shouldn't belong there. You know, even with the Vizas going like whatever, like she has a master, but she's like devoted to you. Even that thing, I'm like, I feel like this is just bad writing. I just feel like it's bad writing. But with the Atton Rand turn to Jedi, even though he had his like shady past, and he still kind of listens to you and converts to the way, not necessarily the Jedi Council, but he becomes a Jedi, you know? And I'm like, man, if that happened more with the other characters, and part of me thinks that it could have been like a path with maybe I would say the Handmaiden was likely a path, but that broke on me. I'm thinking possibly even, I forgot her name, Jesus, the Rogue with a rocket launcher. I'm like, is she able to go? I doubt the Mandalorian would go. I think Mandalorians are just Mandalorians. I don't think that's how that works. But I don't know enough about the lore. And who else is left? I mean, it's not going to be the wait a minute, droids can be, I swear to God, I saw a cartoon. Isn't there like a droid with like 6 arms or some crap, and he's like a Sith? So can droids become Jedi? Can they become attuned with like the Force? Force attuned? Dude definitely had lightsabers, but he could have been killing Jedi and then having lightsabers. Never watched the cartoon. I thought the design was cool. What am I trying to go with this? Oh, what are the characters? Could have been like Jedi converted? Who's left? I'm missing someone. I gotta be missing someone. No, there's Goto, there's the 3 droids. Vizas. Oh, Bao-Dur. Oh man, if Bao-Dur would have converted somehow. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's like influence based, and I'm like, what do you want me to? So let me talk about that real quick. This is gonna be horrible for some. Maybe some of you will like it. Okay, so I'm deconstructing now, like hard, because like I'm in the zone now. So Bao-Dur, okay, love the character, early character. I mean, I affinity to him right away. He was a general. He was connected to you somehow. Give me that story, man. Like, give me more of it. Don't just tell me things about his perspective that like, and then it just ends. Like, I played maybe 20-25 hours where like Bao-Dur had nothing else to say. He had no other way to connect with the protagonist in a way that move that story forward between them. That would have been a perfect character to go, oh, look at all of a sudden you're attuned with the Force, and now you're like whatever they call it, with the soldier ones of the Force. I'm like a guardian, right? That would have been awesome. I would have had 2 people I converted, and all of a sudden that story would have gone, okay, hold on a second. I'm seeing something here. I'm not inventing something. I'm not speculating. I'm not hoping for something. The story is actually that people come to this protagonist for whatever reason. They find a calling. They have this weird, whatever their past is, they forget it, and they become something new, and they're on this path defined by the Force, and all of a sudden they're looking for that new way forward, that new hope, you know, to be something great. That's the story. That's the story you should be giving people, because that's where that meat is. That's where that spirit is of like this, what this experience I feel like could have been. And maybe nostalgia wise, when you're younger, looking back, you can kind of think of what all these things could have been, and you fanficked this entire thing, like I'm doing right now. I'm fanficking what this story could have been, and so now I'm going to remember the fanfic part of it, but not my experience, because I've had some terrible experiences in this game with bugs, with loopy things, with things just the handmade, right? So, but you see what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, I hope I'm saying enough to kind of convey where I really feel like this could have been something remarkable, but it's not. And I'm not saying that in a way that it could be something. I mean, people are going to put this as the best game for them, right? The best Star Wars game. That's fine. That's your experience. You fanficked it, though. You fanficked it. I don't know how else to put it. I feel like every time I have to have that part of the conversation, I'm like, I feel kind of guilty for it, because like I don't want people to like to hear what I'm saying as like you should also see the things that are wrong with this. No. I'm saying it from my perspective. I've got a very distinct perspective when it comes to deconstructing things, and so I'm going to have that perspective, and that bias is going to be mine, you know. But I hope to kind of just express it as I go, because I think I think that makes for a different kind of experience when let's playing these games. I'm not just kind of playing things and seeing things play out. I mean, I could just play the games alone if I'm going to do that. I want to kind of offer something else along the way. I think that's all I have to say. I think I finished the whole point with Saul and the whole Bauer thing, the converting to more Jedi. It shouldn't have just been at Rand. That's it. Because at that point, it's like, oh, that was a fluke, you know? Oh, sorry, one last thing. Is that if it's an influence thing, because I don't know, I thought I had Bauer at max, so if he was convertible and I didn't get him, I don't know why. And so I'm kind of in this meta limbo, where I'm like, I don't know if I've screwed things up. I don't know if it's bugged. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. And that doesn't make me feel like I'm in control of the experience of the Let's Play, you know, of the game, of the gameplay. Whereas the Handmaiden was there, but then wasn't. That's fine. That felt like a weird, strange, loopy bug thing. Got some comments in the feedback that kind of suggest that it was weird. Okay, no problem. What else am I thinking? And if I'm supposed to somehow get other characters to have like the influence meter max out, I guess one way or the other is how the comments have made me understand this. But here's the thing. I played it as RP naturally as I could, as organically as I could play this character. I played him, I made decisions, I tried to be consistent about it, and if things didn't line up with the influence, they didn't line up. You know, that's just like, that's part of the playing a game with an RP in mind. But the only way to max out that influence thing so that you can unlock parts of the game that might have given you story value, if the only way to do that is to play a character that is just responding because you've as a player, you've unlocked the secret of cracking the code to get the influence up. Like HK, hey, you want to go target practice? I'm sure he'd love that. Hey, you want to go kill something? I'm sure you want to go assassinate something? If I started talking dark with HK, I'm sure he would have loved that. And then I would have just talked dark to him, and I would have talked light to other people that liked it, like the light talk, you know? And I would have min-maxed all the influence. And okay, great. So I'm playing a game to min-max the bar as opposed to playing the game to play a character. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for my biased experience of how I play these games. That becomes a problem. Because I'm not playing to RP, I'm playing to min-max a game. If I wanted to do that, I would just play the game and min-max the game. See what I'm saying? So that part is throwing me off. Okay, with that said, that's 1/4 of the episode. Let's try. I apologize if you didn't like it. And if you enjoyed that, I mean, hopefully I don't have to derail again until the end of the game, until the credits. But just in case, I didn't want to lose those thoughts right now because they were hot right now. Okay, so grasp the meaning of this. So explain yourself. Are you saying I'm controlling them? I am a leader, a general, no longer. Are you saying I'm controlling them?
It is not an easy thing to explain. Sure, you are familiar with force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they too are Force sensitive.
Okay,
Your
what?
actions affect others more than you know.
Want to acknowledge what I just heard.
You draw others to you, especially
considering
those
what I just said
in the Force.
When you
just
suffer,
affirmed
their
it.
spirit echoes it, and when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
Not really, but man. So now after what I just said, now I'm made to feel like I mess something up, but I did so many rounds of trying to talk with these characters, and they gave me nothing else for probably 20 hours worth. About 20 hours worth. I feel like the last time I had like a, whoo, this is great moment, it was in the early 20s of episodes. I'm in the mid 40s. So I don't know. But that's unfortunate. They just gave me exactly what I was talking about. So if that's how this game would have played out in a different way, damn it, man. That would have been a much cooler experience. So maybe I just kind of like lopsided the experience for me. Anyways, is this going somewhere? How did this happen?
We do not know. But it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian wars echo within you still.
I'm curious now. So all those deaths at Malachor?
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's
my
gravity,
mutant ability.
annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible.
Sort of Messiah.
It was too much for
like
any
journey,
Jedi to endure.
Hero's journey straight up.
And it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with.
Did
you
I
cut
die?
yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had
Okay.
hints of it in the war on Doxon.
Okay.
Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
What? But that makes no sense. I can feel the Force again. My connection to the Force is even stronger than before. More like... Oh. But I can feel the Force again.
Yes. You can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a cipher, forming bonds.
That actually gave me chills, because I thought it was that siphon.
Siphoning their will and dominating them.
It's
it is
sort
the
of what I
teaching of these new Sith.
I legit got
to
chills on
feed
that
on
one.
others, on other Force sensitives.
What?
They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you, we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may
Sort of
mean
spun
the
around.
death of the Force
Spun me around.
and the death of the Jedi.
Kind of going in the direction, but in a completely opposite way. Holy crap. No. I'm stronger than ever before, but I can feel the Force strongly. More Jedi cryptic warnings. But I can feel the Force strongly.
So you think. It is
Talk
not
like
the
that.
strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and
How
you grow
dare you.
stronger. You're like Malachor.
What?
It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only
What?
to become more and more
No,
powerful.
they were just XP.
Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger. And the more attachments you form, the more you draw others
But
to
I'm really
you.
not that attached
That
to the
is
crew.
why you are a
They're really
threat
not
to
that
us
allied.
all.
They really aren't, though. You should have done that better, because this would have been a strong scene. It still is, but it would have been so much stronger if they made me care about every companion in some way, man. That's okay. Let's keep going. What do you mean? This makes no sense. What do you mean?
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did?
Revan.
What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to
keyword right there.
consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
There's a keyword
What's
again.
worse is these Sith that we
Symbolic.
face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well.
Holy Grail.
It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is
disagree.
of no consequence.
I disagree.
Your ability to make such connections,
you're
such
all wrong.
bonds so easily are why you cannot remain.
spreading the word of the Force. That's who I am.
And so you wait, as a shadow.
Yes, we are alike that way, blinded one.
Oh,
I would have thought you would walk with him amongst the Jedi. But that is not the way of the Sith, is it?
Do not speak to me of the ways of the Sith. You, of all of us, have no conception of what it means to be Sith.
You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
This is
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
All assholes. I see how this is. I will submit to this punishment. I will not. If this is what must be done, then I accept it. I won't give up the Force. Stop this. I mean, could they be wrong? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Does Saul know? I mean, I think he would be rejecting it. Why? I don't know. I'm inventing context at this point because they're reactionary, I think. So part of me is like, well, they could be wrong. How do they know they're right? And that what's happened to Saul is wrong, right? Maybe what happened to Saul is actually the right thing. It's the renewal of the Force. It's the rebirth of a new kind of Force, a new kind of attunement with the Force. And Saul represents that new path forward. It's not a wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's that he had to be exiled to then find his path and then show that path to others. You know, that's not Sith. That's not Sith-like. Saul's not addicted to the power of the Force for the sake of it being a Force. Like he's not that connected either to everyone on the crew, but those that have converted to him, even Viz is like right now, omniscient again view right there that she was in blue. I mean, she was attuned to like me, influenced was high, and I presume that she was definitely in the light. I think that's what broke the handmaiden thing. But the fact that he even converted her to this side, as opposed to not having converted Freya, he never thought he once converted or ever had an opportunity. He was never going to turn. For Kreia was there to manipulate or to take advantage of something. Always felt that way. I don't know why he played along with that. Maybe he couldn't help it. I don't know. I don't know. That stuff is missing. Gotta have the fanfic when this experience is over and I have more context. Maybe I don't know. But this right now with these three dudes we're going back to the beginning. I've got this pattern, that cycle pattern, stuff that happens at the beginning is going to repeat at the end. They're going to have that kind of this mirror. It's a mirror pattern or cycle that they sometimes come together. Things come full circle, but it's like you're basically looking at the same problem in a new way. That's what that pattern represents, and that's what this one is right now. They're going to break it. But now the difference here is that storytelling perspective is that you reject it. So you didn't reject it, you just walked away. You accepted the council's ruling at the beginning of this thing. From a storytelling perspective, I would make it so that it's like now you reject it. You have to do the opposite. Because it's a new world, it's a new vision, it's a new perspective, and you're going to approach it very differently, more confidently. Like that's all the Act 2 patterns are all about, is to get to that part of confidence. Like he believes in himself. He knows who he is right now. This is Act 3. He knows who he is. He knows who he's trying to become. And so I'm going to go with that part of the story. If this is what must be done, accept it. No, he won't. I won't give up the Force. Stop this. The first one who touches me dies. I wouldn't say dark in a dark way, but he has to say 3. I won't give up the Force. I'll take whatever that means.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough!
She's got to play here, but...
Step away from him.
What?
Step away. He has brought truth, and you condemn it? The arrogance. You will not harm him. You will not harm him ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
She's never taught me. She's not.
Difficult to see.
I don't know how many times I have to say this.
The exile. We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. Did you not hear its call on Dantooine Vrook, on its scarred surface, and in the minds of the settlers? I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one. And you, Kavar, so close to the call of Daxan, tell me, did you not feel what poured from the moon, what had taken place there? And Zezkael, to hide upon Nar Shaddaa, yet blind yourself to all that happens there. So close to understanding the Force. So close to giving it up. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one. And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live. But I see what happened now. It is because you were afraid. As you would pass judgment on him, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all wars, of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the exile.
What?
You.
Oh, yes. At last, you see. I am one of the Sith, it is true. I must answer for my actions, and it is my wish that only Atrus hear my answers.
Oh, she was right. I mean, but
what are we gonna do? If we don't stop her, then everyone, everywhere, they're gonna lose their lives.
Yeah, I guess she
Soon
did care.
Your ship will come, my master. I will bring him before you, but I will not let you have him.
No.
Soon your ship shall come from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have
Dude, you could have been a Jedi.
For you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy, I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
Metaphorically speaking, I presume. You have gained a new light side force power, Force Enlightenment. Are you dead? This master is dead, drained of life. His body is worse than lifeless. It's like an absence in the Force. This master is dead, drained of life. Wait, so who's in the mask? That's not Kreia. They're all vampires. They're all Force vampires. I knew there were vampires involved. Okay, so, wow. Sorta didn't go the way I anticipated. I mean, I talked for a long time too, don't get me wrong. Damn it. Can't unlock this thing. Shit. Time to break it up. Blow it up. Minor frag. And go. Special. What? Oh. Fuck. I still would have like. It still would have happened. That's it. One thing. Oh, that could have been like a special thing too, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah, they just laid it all on you, huh? Wonder if that was like I hate to think of the meta of this, right? But I'm like, part of me is like, I wonder if that was part of because it was rushed and they had to they had to get a lot. Well, come on, don't stop doing that. They had to get a lot out, a lot of the final exposition out while they had time before they go into market, you know. And so this is all they could have done. Just kind of throw it all down, because I feel like this. Oh, wait. How did I come in here? Because how did I get in here? I mean, I would like to explore everything before. Okay. Before teleporting me out. We have components of crystal. Yeah, and I feel like that maybe this was meant to be spread out a little bit. I don't know. I think they were at that point where they were just going to tell you what they had to tell you. But I feel like there was no real lead up to it. It just sort of happened, you know? Stood around in the courtyard and they tried to own your ass and you're like, nope. Or Kreia was. And it's all pretty much, yeah. It feels like things are just going to start being delivered to us like at a rapid pace. No shock. Again, at BioWare, I feel like there's a BioWare pattern. Again, this predates those other games, but I feel like they've all sort of done that. They get to this point and then they just go pop, 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 and then you're done. That's why I was kind of getting to, let's just get to the Act 3 and then I'll just slide through the weekend. Done. Okay, where's Kreia?
The Handmaiden took her. She thinks Kreia killed you.
To the club? Sorry, it's just serious right now, but Kreia didn't do that.
Of course she didn't. It's a lie. Another lie. The only thing that matters is the Handmaiden believes it. And she's gonna react exactly how that old witch hoped she would. That's why she wanted the Handmaiden on board, you know. So she could use her to reach the Telos Academy whenever she wished, without needing the access codes.
Alright, well, Handmaiden means nothing to me, so they're going to Telos. But the Handmaiden wouldn't betray the Academy like that. The Handmaiden would never allow Kreia to... they're going to...
Yes, the Handmaiden knows who she is now. She'll take her to Telos,
you look dopey,
and Atris will do what she'll do to anyone she thinks is a Sith.
A Sith?
Are you surprised? All that talk of hatred, manipulation, and still, if we were all judged by who we were in the past, I don't think you'd understand who we are now.
But Kreia and I are linked. If she dies, well, maybe, I don't know. Then we're going to Telos. We have no choice. The Sith are planning to attack Telos. Everything will be decided there.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Oh, didn't mean to like just push that forward like that, but let's go. I guess this is. I'm not gonna be able to finish this all in one sitting at this point. This is it. This might be the end of the session. So I was trying to sneak in every little piece of time I could get today, just to kind of get into the weekend with an advance here, you know. I'll get it done tomorrow, I'm sure.
What is wrong? Something troubles you.
Oh, hey,
I can feel it.
Can you? I doubt it. I don't doubt it. I fear I've been influenced. I fear I have been influencing you all without realizing it. No, that's he'd be a little bit self-conscious about it.
I do not understand what you mean.
Do you ever wonder why you're with me? I have for 20, 30 hours. Jesus, why are you following me?
I would die for you.
See what I mean?
When I tell you my life for yours.
How did that happen?
It is my choice.
Yeah,
and
right.
if there is an ending between us, where my sacrifice can save you, it will be because it is my desire, not your will.
Yeah, but where did that come from? Bad writing? Or... Visa, speak to me. But how do you know?
I simply do. And sometimes there is no reason that can be given. What did you learn within the Jedi
like
Academy?
Proto-Force, like the idea of like the Force is just it's kind of like a get out of jail free card narratively. To be honest, like early Star Wars 4 stuff, but That's kind of its power. That's, yeah. That I form connections to the Force, and that is why others follow me to their death. That I was a wound in the Force. I'm not clear on how all that works right now, because you're just telling me this stuff, but I'm not clear about how this works. You're just telling me. Remember the first rule of storytelling: show, don't tell. That as long as I live, that wound will, I keep being said. Okay, moving on. All the deaths I cause on Malachor might cause the death of the Force. No, that can't be true. Entire planets are destroyed. And they said, okay, well, this is in the old days. But I'm saying, you got, like, in the modern movies, you got Darths, like, blowing up planets. How many billions of people get, like, this doesn't. Okay, maybe this is one of those concepts. They're just like, let's never use this again, because it's going to ruin our movies. All the deaths I caused on Malachor. Also, he didn't cause them. Do you know what I mean? There was a war. There was plenty of people at war. There had to be more generals. It wasn't just, he's not a single general here. There's no single commander. There's no, the platoon lead. There's tons of people making choices and things like this. And it's all falling on this one guy, this one Jedi. He couldn't have been the only Jedi. It was a Jedi war, man. So that's why this is like, I feel like they're asking me to accept a lot of stuff that is probably they're just saying, just go with it right now. Just go with it, because it's just the story. But all the deaths I cause in Malachor might cause the death of the Force. I don't know how that works, so I'm not going to say it. I don't want to talk about, so I'm just going to go that I form connections to the Force, and that is why people follow me.
Then that is the danger of their beliefs. They do not understand you, what it means to be human, to lead. The feelings I have for you are because of what I see, what I hear in your voice. All that tells me you're a natural leader. I follow
it doesn't feel natural what you're saying right now.
I would die for you because I believe in you.
Yeah, you sound like a crazy person.
Where they look at you and see the death of the Force.
You're crazy.
I look at you and see hope for all life.
That was a really good line.
I look at you and see that perhaps a life untouched by the Force
you sound crazy, but that was good.
Not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go on alone, but I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connection to others.
This is a cool.
Do not forsake them as you did in exile.
All of a sudden, that's the kind of character development you want in a game. That was great. I was making fun of it. Because it sounds crazy. She sounds crazy. But that was a good pivotal turn right there. I will. Because it felt like it gave her character, even though she sounds crazy, it gave her context that was more than just her sounding crazy. I'm going to start sounding crazy. Trying to work this stuff out. But because there's something there that can't be explained, but that becomes part of the explanation. And even though it's like, yeah, but no, it's literally, I'm telling you, Visas, as Saul, I'm telling you that whatever's happening can't be explained, but I'm not in control of it, and you are all being manipulated. That is what this is what this is. But she's kind of like, yeah, but as if that's factual, like this, yeah. So, but it sounds crazy, but she seems to be almost the only one in this entire crew that caught onto that, like, so fast that all the crazy stuff she was saying all of a sudden was brought into context. That crazy might be legit, but that she was already, as another blind character, seeing things better than everyone else. That's just kind of the trope. That's why she just like, no, this is it. That's the path. She saw the path right away. Wait, are you troubled? Why? Was there something more you wish to say? Your master and I will fight soon. Then there's that angle, which is always weird, right? But, are you troubled? Why?
He awaits you at Telos. If you go there, you must face him.
She probably...
And when you do, he will wound you, as he has wounded me.
If I do not stop him, then Telos will be destroyed. He may wound me, but I will kill him. I do not run from my battle, or any man. I have to face him. If I do not stop him, Telos will be destroyed.
I ask you, I beg you, to stay here with me.
Slow it down. Tone it down. Tone it down. Tone it down. I cannot stay. I will stay with you for as long as I can. Visas, I can't. I do not indulge my servants. Wow, so this is like if you've set up a relationship, which again, might have been cool. Had I got this 15, 20 hours sooner, you would have let me develop this relationship with Visas. I might have turned around. That crazy stuff might have touched me. Might have got me to go, what's the story here? And then I would have delved, and I would have delved, and I would have like hooked into it. But I just, at this point, and from an RP perspective, I didn't. Again, it's a bit of an unfortunate turning, because it would have been cool to kind of see where that would have left. You know, I'll stay here, and like he bonds with her in a different way. You know, the whole idea of the bonding going on with this, not bondage, bonding. the force bonds and stuff. Thought that would have been cool to play with. Okay, Visas, I can't. I can't.
I know, but I could not let you go without asking you. This last time, I have never asked you for anything.
I mean,
I have fought alongside you, would have given my life to you many times.
But you
over.
Sound crazy. Do you understand?
And now there is something I must ask. I want to look upon you, where no one else can see, where it is just us. I want to see your face.
It's right.
The color of your skin. I wish to see what the handmaiden sees.
What?
When she looks at you.
What? Where's this? What? Don't ruin this moment. You were doing good. You were doing good, Visa. You were doing.
What causes her to forsake
her? La. I don't hear it. I don't care. Don't listen.
I need to know if perhaps I am wrong. If the universe is not as my master once showed me.
It was doing good. It was doing good, man. The universe is not solely as your eyes make it out to be. You know this. Jedis are not allowed such attachments. Oh, it is not the Jedi, but I cannot stay here. Oh, okay. The universe is not solely as your eyes make it out to be, Visas. You know this.
From the moment I heard your voice across the galaxy, I have longed for you.
Whoa.
A wound that travels still. That when
3 steps back.
Made me understand that there was another wounded as I was. One who had felt the same sense of loss. When I heard it, I loved you more than my
they're
own
like
life.
sensates. Okay, fair enough. I was thinking
and I wanted you to be here with me.
Crazy.
For as long as you will let me love you. Stay.
No, you know what? I can't get past this.
And I want you to see what I see when I gaze upon you. I want you to know why I cannot look at you, and why I am drawn to you.
I am so perplexed by this game right now. Then let us look upon each other. You know what? At this point, dude, just go for it. Fuck it. Just go for it, man. Fuck it. You know? Let's fucking go, you know what I'm saying? Who cares what it means, man? She obviously knows what she's talking about. Just roll with it. That would have been an awesome. I mean, that was set out to be an awesome scene, but she sounds crazy, man. Good lord. Maybe that's what they were going for, and I'm the only. Oh, it's my problem. Oh, it's my problem now. Okay, shall we go? Let's see how Miss Dancer takes this. Drives this scene. Oh, Miss Dancer's back with the with the hut.
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atreus, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
No, don't say you're the last Jedi.
Words
Stop
you
it.
Cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met.
So many last Jedis in this game. God.
I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked him to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atreus, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn.
She was Treya? She was Freya?
In the knowledge of the Sith.
What?
But there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Telos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Telos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Telos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alacor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come. But it will be too late to save either of us.
Wait, how'd she get here?
It is such a quiet
With
thing
what ship?
To fall.
Wait.
But far more terrible is to admit it.
How'd you get here? How'd you get here? Man. Wait, and that means that the Handmaiden would have taken a second ship? So there... What?
Your
Where did
mistress
you both get
awaits.
ships?
She has much to share with you. Our time here is done.
This is going to end real quick for you.
He
You
will
are
come
not armored for
in
this.
time.
You do
When
not
he does, we will not be
official
here.
weapons, I guess.
His battle is at Telos. Ours awaits us
She has
elsewhere.
nothing to say to me, so I'm
What
not...
of Atris?
It is of no consequence. What happens next is between her and the exile.
Okay. That didn't get sillier for... Say... Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna go on the Hawk. Why wouldn't I go on the Hawk right now to like talk to my crew? Because I can't. I do not want to go through all that again. That would have sucked if I screwed something up at that point. Well, I've looted this place dry, so let's push forward a little bit more. There's a lot of dump going on. Not bad. Like I'm like lore. Oh. No, I don't need anything. No, that's fine. I got everything I need. I am a battery. I'm a force siphon vampire, I guess. No, I'm like a force light tower. Yeah. I'm a light. Where the fuck am I? Okay, it's like, how do I'm so confused. How do I get around this damn thing? Is that openable? Oh, blue door. Turbo lift seal. Turbo lift seal. Oh, that's where we would have come out of that? Yeah. Something like that, right? Ah, ramp. Oh, why was this not on? I don't know. Okay. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a... Wait, is that you? I thought that was... Visuals, you know. I made my own lightsaber because you wouldn't give mine
she
back.
You would come here to this place.
Or using my
lightsaber. If you think you can
lightsaber.
defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all
Just
these
let me use my
teachings
force
of
powers.
combat
We'll
and
see.
the Force, they're mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will.
You have
Surrender.
no idea.
You need not die.
You must be stopped. You have fallen to the dark side. Surely you see that.
Adris.
That was a good one.
That is not who I am. Not any longer.
Okay.
She has not existed for some time.
So when they become Sith, do they change their names? Is that like a lore thing?
It just took time for its voice to be heard.
So like I wouldn't be Darth Pluto. I'd come up with something else. I don't know. What happened to you, Adris? We don't have time for this. We need to unite to stop the Sith. What is this play? I will not fight you. Surrender, and I will spare you. If you fear to fight me, then keep the... What happened to you?
The old woman you traveled with finally made me
don't know
listen to
how she
myself,
got there.
to the galaxy. She said that you would come here, and that you would face me in battle.
There's no reason for us to fight.
She said you were the last obstacle to my enlightenment. If I wished to truly face the Sith, to see their heart, then that meant facing you this last time.
She's setting up pawns everywhere, that's all. Where did she go?
I do not know, yet. I suspect she went in search of you. But just as when she first came here...
Then she should have waited on that
path
bridge.
is difficult to see.
She knew I was coming.
She has set many things in motion. It is she that ordered the extermination of all Jedi so long ago. She will answer for her crimes. In time. She is Sith, just as you are. Just as all who followed Revan were.
What are you talking about? Are you dumb? Did she say where the Sith were striking from? Sure.
I do not know, yet. But it does not matter. They have come here to face the Republic in battle, and they will be destroyed.
You have placed everyone on Citadel Station in jeopardy, Adris.
Yes. The Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you. And when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith and wipe them out. Forever.
It's just a title. What plans are you talking about?
These Sith are cowards, striking from the shadows to kill Jedi. I needed a target to draw them out, but I could not risk my own life, all that remained of the Jedi. So I arranged for you to return to the Republic, leaked information of your past, and then waited for the Sith to come. And they did. But you came to Telos against my predictions. Oh. Now they are here, I can finally face this enemy and defeat them.
They're here in the place you did not want them. Congratulations, great plan. What is great plan? I will not fight you, surrender, and I swear
surrender to you, never. Let us end this.
Don't. You better let me cast my... I will... I have better skills than you. By the way, this is a will, and you're going to be good at will. What am I going to use on you? Hold on. Reflex. I mean, I don't know her class. I'm going to try to knock her over first. Okay, so what do I have to... That is so amusing. Oh, because now you're wrecked. You are wrecked. Again, I'm going to assume that's an energy blade here. Let me buff myself up and then try to knock over again. And then while she comes at me, bruh, I'm going to do this. There we go. And then we're going to knock her over again just because it's embarrassing. Fuck, I didn't even see what this does. Force Enlightenment. Hold up. Don't screw anything up, game, for me having done this. Where the hell are you? This one? Prestige Sense. Where am I going? Powers? Feats? Why am I going? Oh shit, there's like things like... There's definitely things I could have done that I missed, for sure. This power allows the Jedi to use the light side of the Force to enhance the Jedi's powers. The best of the Jedi's speed, armor, and valor powers are instantly activated at a reduced cost. This power is useful to quick... Wow! Sir, holy shit! I really need to knock her over again, or I'm gonna get wrecked, I think. Holy shit! Stunned. I don't know what stunned her right now, though. Can I knock her off? Stop laughing like that. You sound like a crazy. So embarrassing. You know what? I could lightning bolt you, but I'm not even gonna bother. Look at that. That would have been so cool. But you know what? I will not kill the helpless opponent, Atris. After everything you've done, I'm not letting you off that easy. Very well prepared to die. No, you're helpless.
I did not expect mercy from you. Here,
I'm giving it to you.
End,
so on Sith, huh?
That has happened
See?
Between us.
Not a Sith. We have greater problems, Atris, and there has been enough killing. That is where we are different. I need answers. That's where we are different.
If you will not kill me, then what will you do?
Well, you'll fight by my side. And you'll convert. You'll find the path. What happened to you? Can you tell me where the Sith is striking from? Tell me where Kraya is. Actually, I was lying. Prepare to die. Come on, just leave her.
Where she walks is hidden from my eyes, but not from those of her kind. It is possible I may draw one last piece of knowledge from these holocrons.
Those of her kind? What do you mean by that? What is this? Oh, the collections? Oh, wow. Are you actually saying something in English?
You always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life. Until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us.
Is that where Kraya has gone?
Yes. I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started.
Wow, they were really ramping this. Holy crap. I mean, that's where it felt like it was going, but I mean, it's really just... I like it. I like this kind of ramp, but wow. When I started...
Yes. You are an echo in the Force. A hollow space where it has been wounded.
Yeah, but
It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness. But it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way. And you carry it with you. Always.
But... what does that have to do with Kraya?
Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force. Greater than the one before. Greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left.
Uh-huh.
You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared.
Why would she do that?
I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her.
Why?
You're important to her somehow, but I do not know for certain.
Persuade. If you know, tell me.
She is willing to sacrifice herself at the heart of that graveyard world for you. A choice others have made in the past. A choice I wish to make. It is because I care for you. And I suspect that you alone hold that place in her heart where nothing else is. And that is why you are the only one who can stop the destruction to come.
But if Kraya is Sith, why would she do such a thing? She's not, I guess. She is, but it's a title, so she's not, because she says she's not, I guess. I have heard enough. This matter is finished. That is all I wish to know. Prepare to die. But if Kraya is... okay, I guess I gotta say it, because the other ones don't really make sense.
She seeks the death of all Jedi, all Sith, and the death of the Force. It is madness. It is impossible. But she believes you are the key.
Death of the Force.
There are places in the galaxy dead to the Force where nothing lives, where the echoes travel forever and do not reach their destination. And these places may be created, even from the simplest of events, the
like
slightest of motions. One person, at the right place, at the right time, can change the face of the galaxy, or end it.
But why would I matter? That's impossible. How could I not tell she was Sith? Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on.
You're
come
important to her somehow.
Shut the fuck up.
But I do not
care.
know for certain.
Don't know what you're saying? Don't care. If you know, tell me.
She is willing to sacrifice.
Okay. You're right. I don't care. But she said, I have heard enough. This matter is finished.
And what will you do with me now?
I guess that's the way to close it.
Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours?
I will do nothing except tell you that I am sorry. I did not realize that the Mandalorian Wars would hurt others that had known me and cared for me. I disagree. I don't consider that part of the canon story. I need you to see what you have become and turn away from it. Wait, okay, that was a good one. You will answer for your crime. No, this was a good one. You might. No, I don't care about no crimes. There's no. No. Just turn away.
I tied my life, my decisions to the Jedi. Perhaps only in separating myself from the Jedi can I become myself again.
Yeah, man. Just
learn who I am. Perhaps
say you're a Jedi when you're Jedi. Just you can choose the title whenever you want.
Years too late, and you have already
no one cares.
Returned.
Really, it doesn't matter.
Leave now, while you can.
I'm a Jedi. I'm not a Jedi. I was once
Save
a Jedi.
Galaxy.
I was gonna be a Jedi. I'm a Jedi now. Shoot, be whatever you want. Shut up. You're not saying anything. Are you?
No.
Hashish.
I could not bring myself to tell him. It would have changed nothing.
That'd be silly.
And because I was afraid.
Cancel. I clicked off my screen for that.
You know what lies at the heart of Malachor 5. I had thought it was in the past, yet it has become the future. And all that has happened there will happen again. And that is why I cannot bear it.
A war?
Because it is Malachor 5.
What?
And because I love him. I do not understand.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop that.
Teachings to exist. They cause only echoes, wounds in the Force. A beacon? For who?
Wait. We're using the... See, I go to these symbols because they repeat a lot. It sounds like I know how this all goes. No. This is... These symbols are very old. Wow. All right then. I'm like we're gonna. It's like Owa. I want to be like a Green Lantern power battery. Just realized that is sort of work. Okay. Maybe it influenced me somehow. I don't know. That wasn't my ship, though. Oh my god. Oh, we got it. I got to end. What? Are we back in the past? That would be kind of neat. That would be, if we're going if this is a flashback, that would be neat. But I'm gonna end this here because I they're literally, it's like giving the story backwards. This whole freaking game. It's showing that it had all of the pieces to really make this a full. If this takes for 50 hours, let's say 50, 60 hours, it would have, that whole experience would have been this rich. But I feel like it's all happening in what, 1 to X hours, 1 to 3 hours, 1 to 4 hours, 1 to 6 hours. This is what, we're gonna get all the pieces that led to the beginning of this game. It's an interesting narrative device. It can be done. I've seen it done. I've read plenty of things like that too. It can be done, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. That's unfortunate. I really feel like I could really have pushed through this game and cleared it, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to like sleep on it. I will be back to clear this game hopefully in the next session. So I'll catch you there. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.